Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video. This video is for young billionaires members. This is basically our day strategy. This strategy is for people who want to scalp or want to just trade per day. Not really a swing trade, not really swing type of trades, nor scalping, but it's more of just day trades. If you want to take a trade in the morning and then hold it up till maybe when you come back from work or come back from school later on in the afternoon, and this will be a strategy that will suit that. So the name of the strategy is called the New Wave strategy. It's developed by myself, Silas Nsulunka, but it's derived from the market maker method strategy by Steve Monroe. So we implemented a few concepts from Steve Monroe's strategy, which is the market maker method. In terms of charts, we'll be using a 15-minute chart, and indicators that we'll use are just let me move this aside. So yeah, we'll be using the 200 exponential moving average as well as the 800 period exponential moving average. We're not really trading these moving averages, nor like using them to kind of detect our entries or exits. We're just using them to spot the pins in the market and also the overall direction. So basically these two moving averages just help us discover the main direction of the market, right? So I have removed them, but let me just put them back on. You just come to insert indicators, trend, and moving average. And there are EMAs, so exponential moving averages. So the MA method, the moving average method, should be exponential. Let me just add the 800 indicators, trend, moving average, and this 800 period. Yeah, exponential. Let me just make it red. X. There we go. Probably not gonna see it. It's somewhere down there. Yeah, there's it right at the bottom there. So now let's get straight to it. Now, how does the strategy work? Let me just pick a day, right? Let me go to somewhere where it's simple for us to understand. Then we'll go to the more complex charts. So we're looking at this day right here. And by the way, how do I know it's a day? It's because I see these vertical dotted lines, right? These are period separators. In the 15-minute chart, they show us different days, right? So from this yellow one here all the way till there, this is a full day. If you can't see it, just go to properties of your chart and you'll be able to see. Let me just go properties and just make sure this show period separators is activated, so you'll be able to spot the days. All right, so yeah, now this is how the strategy works, right? Before I even get to how the strategy works, let me go through a basic overview of how the forex market moves. The market like by default, all it does is it makes new highs and new lows, right? So for example, at this time, this was the highest point the market reached, and this was the lowest, right? Yeah, right there. Then what it does is it'll go up, break this high, and make a new high. So instead of this being the high, this became a high. And this low was still, constant. They didn't come to break it. Then they moved further up, they broke it, right? And then here again, they broke it. So they keep breaking it. They either break the highs or break the lows. That's how the market moves, further up or further down, right? So now, what we want to do is, during the Asian session, right? So from in South African time, Asian states, English. Asian session starts from midnight, a bit earlier than midnight, but we'll start considering Asian session a bit just on midnight, right? So from midnight all the way till 9 a.m. Where is the 9 a.m. candle? So this is 15 minutes, meaning 15-minute chart, meaning each candle here represents 15 minutes, right? So we find the 9 a.m. candle and then we plot it, right there. Now what we want to define or like identify is the initial high and low of the day. So the initial highest point the market moved within this range, this 9-hour range, and the low, right? So initial high will be there, slightly higher than that, and the initial low would be right here. Okay. So now what we're looking for is for the market to break one of these two levels right here. When it breaks it, then we enter the trade and we go in that direction for 20 or 50 pips, right? That's what we're aiming for, nothing more. If we get more, oh, thank God. If not, it's fine. At least we banked what we could, right? Now these two moving averages here just tell us that, okay, the market will most probably go up. Or if they're all pointing up, it just means that the up moves will be stronger than the down moves. So the market will be much stronger in bullish moves, than bearish moves. So right here, we would have entered the trade somewhere here. So see here, the market came, this was initial high, right? Identified here. What happened is it broke this line and then it closed there. So we could either wait for the next candle and see what happens, or basically we just put a pending order on top of this candle. So we'll put a buy stop somewhere here, or wait and enter the trade somewhere here, and then we go up 20 to 25 pips, 20 to 50 pips, sorry. So if we look here, this was 48.5 pips, right? We could have just went that long way. Or if you don't want to do the long route of calculating, just grab the Fibonacci tool. And you see here, right, there's this, the market broke. We first need to identify that. The market broke our initial high here, right? So that means you're moving up. Now, instead of doing the Fibonacci drawings, right, the retracement, instead of going from lowest to highest, this shows us the retracement. If you don't know what this whole thing is, Fibonacci, please go to the other videos explaining what Fibonacci retracements are and how they work. So what we're going to basically do is just, since the market is moving up, we're going to draw the Fibonacci in reverse. So we're basically drawing the extension instead of the retracement. So we'll just draw from there, going there. And then, so basically from the initial high to the initial low. And then we're going to get these lines showing in the other direction. These are just our possible take profits. So our first take profit would have been the 261.8 mark level and 423.6 this level right here. Now as you can see, the market went further higher than that, but then it's fine, at least we banked safely. Alright, now let's look at another example. Let's go right here. Alright, we wake up in the morning around, let's say 7, 8, and then we look for the 9 a.m. candle, right? Well, we'll have to wake up a bit earlier to first spot the 7 a.m. and then later on, as time goes, at least you'll be on the charts and, you know, prepared for the market. Then you find the 9 a.m. candle. Then we identify the high would be there, the low would be there, and then we can basically take out this one. Not that. We can take out this vertical line right here. Let me just take it out. Yeah. Okay. So now what are we waiting for? For the market to break one of these two. Now if we look here, the market did break. I'll just show where I'm looking. Right here. The market did break, right? but it didn't close below these. It spiked it, yes, but it didn't break it. Okay. It went down, but it did not close out of this line here, this initial low. So we don't consider that. We just wait. Now look what happens here in this area right here. The market comes and breaks this level. So what we do is we are waiting to buy somewhere just above that. Okay. So the market comes, plays a bit, and also our moving averages tell us that look, we're going up. The market was just consolidating, gaining momentum, and it's going to shoot. Then we would have entered our buy, as I said before, somewhere here. We'd have our pending order waiting here. And then we go 20 to 50 pips. And here it would have gone to 57 pips. We would have made 57 pips. So if we didn't want to do it that way, we could have done our retracements and from there to there. So our take profit would have been somewhere here. Again, not as high as the market went, but you would have banked safely, right? Now let me look for a day where the market went down. Okay, there we go. So right, let's find the 9 a.m. candle. Somewhere there. All right, perfect. So what will be the initial high? I think this one. Yeah. Initial high is from midnight to 9 a.m. Where was the highest point and where was the lowest point? That's basically what your initial high and your initial low is. And then I think this was the 9 a.m. right there. So the initial low would be this one because that's a bit lower than the 9 a.m. candle. Okay. So now what we're waiting for is for the market to break. That's right. Now look what's interesting here. The market broke this one, right? But this candle didn't close. We only considered the break after the candle is closed. So the candle closed here, right? We haven't entered the trade as yet, remember. So now, Tina, we want to get in right here. Just a bit below where the candle closed. That's where we want to enter the trade. But we could have just we would have put pending orders there, like a sell stop right there. But now, for some people, they'll prefer pressing the sell button themselves. So they could have sold there. And now, what I forgot to mention was our stop loss is either the initial high, so we enter going the down direction. Our stop loss should be either here, or what you do is go back in time a bit. Okay, I think I'm going to lose where I was. Okay, so we're looking to enter the sell here, right? What we do is our stop loss should either be where this moving average is. Depends on how big your account is. If you got a small account, rather put your stop loss on this moving average, the 200 period moving average. If you got a bigger account, then put your stop loss on the 800 period moving average. If they are close. If they are not, then go back in time of the previous day and just pick a strong support level, right? Like here would be a strong support level. Why? The market came, bounced here, went up, came back, bounced here, went up, came back, bounced here, went down, and then started to move away from it. So this would have been your stop loss right here. Now, we entered our sell here, right? The market went up, yes, it scared us and whatnot, but then it came back down and went into profit. Now, let's look where our take profit would have been. Either we waited for 20 to 50 pips. Here we would have gotten 49.8 pips. Fibonacci tool. Again, we don't draw downwards, we draw upwards. So from the lowest to the highest point right there. See? Our 423.6 level. See where it goes? Right there, where the trend basically ends. So it's either you count the pips by yourself manually, or you use the Fibonacci extension. It's called retracement. The tool is actually Fibonacci retracement. but it only becomes an extension if you oppose the trend, right? So if, let's say this is a downtrend, right? If I drew it downwards, this will be a retracement. We're trying to figure out where the retracement is. But if we drew it upwards from the lowest going to the highest point, then it becomes an extension. So that tells us where to put our take profits. Our stop loss, we'll just use the strongest support level from the previous day. Alright, so let me just do one more example. Let's say here, right? Let's find 9 a.m. Where is 9 a.m.? Right here. Okay, so 9 a.m. is there. But now look, this is the lowest point and that is the highest point. So let's identify those. High, initial, low. Initial high, initial low. Then let's delete this one. Vertical line, let me just close. Let's just delete it. Alright, cool. So remember, while the market is still inside this range, we are not trading. We're waiting for the market to break one of these two lines. Alright, if it doesn't break it the entire day, it's fine, don't trade. Now, here what happens is the market breaks it here in this small candle right there. So now initially, after it breaks, right, and this candle closes, remember, these small spikes here, these sticks pointing outside of these lines, we don't care about those. We're waiting for the market to break it. So the market must close outside of these lines. Here, when it closes, right, this candle closes, we see this is where the thing ends, right? This is the lowest point. Our entry is there. When this candle is forming, as long as it passes there, then we enter our trade. Alright, we enter our trade. Our take profit again is 20 to 50 pips from our entry. So from here to the lowest, this is 34.7 pips. So we would have made our money. Alright, if we did the Fibonacci, the exit will be a bit further down. So let's just do the Fibonacci right here. So our take profit would have been somewhere down here, right? Remember, you're not just looking for the 423.8, right? Anything that has the 618 in it is a suitable take profit. So 1618 is a suitable take profit area. 2618, 3618. Anything with the 618, anything with the 8.2 and 1618 is a suitable place to put your take profit. Alright, so that's basically the whole strategy. All you have to do is move to the 15-minute chart, identify the initial high between midnight to 9 a.m. South African time, or also it depends on which broker you're using. So I'd rather say on your MetaTrader time, identify the high, the initial high, the initial low. Wait for the market to close below or above those two lines, right? And then put your entry on the highest or the lowest point. And it's either you enter the trade manually or you basically just use stop orders. So let me just show you what type of stop orders. You can use pending orders, buy stop or sell stop. If you still don't know what these two are, just go through the notes again and you'll see where it explains what a buy stop and a sell stop is and how they work. So that's basically it for the strategy. And yeah, and the other strategies will explain how we use other things and how we use the Fibonacci tool to identify entries and exits. But in this strategy, you're basically just using Fibonacci extensions, not retracements, to identify your possible take profit areas. But again, if there are news releases, yes, the market will react differently. Maybe you might hit your take profits earlier, or maybe you might hit your stop loss first and then go to your take profit. So remember, it's trading, there are risks involved, and also there's room for mistakes here and there. But just practice and you'll get better at it. Thank you.